and caring for the eggs. He fans them with his fins to keep them clean and oxygenated until they hatch. The anemone provides the ultimate safe nursery, even layer of frosting all over the entire cake. It doesn't need to be thick or pretty. Its only job is to seal the cake. Make sure you get into all the little nooks and crannies you just carved. Once your cake is fully coated, pop it into the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes to an hour. You want that crumb coat to be firm to the touch before we move on to the final frosting layer. Now that our crumb coat is nice and chilled, it's time to give our race car its color. I've decided to make my car a classic racing red. I've colored the rest of my vanilla buttercream with some red food gel. Food gel is great because it gives you a vibrant color without changing the consistency of your frosting. Apply a generous, even layer of the red buttercream all over the cake. Take your time to get it as smooth as possible. An offset spatula and a bench scraper are your best tools here. Dip your spatula in hot water, wipe it dry, and then use it to smooth the surface. This little trick helps melt the very top layer of the buttercream, giving you a super smooth finish. Don't obsess over perfection. We still have a lot of details to add that will distract from any minor imperfections. Let's talk about the wheels. A race car isn't a race car without wheels. For this, I'm using 4 chocolate-covered donuts. They're the perfect size and shape. To make them look more like tires, I'm adding a simple hubcap. I've rolled out a small piece of grey or silver fondant and used a small round cutter to cut out for circles. A tiny dab of water on the back of the fondant circle is all you need to stick it to the center of each donut. Now we can attach our wheels to the car. Use a generous dollop of buttercream in each of the wheel wells we carved out earlier and gently press a donut wheel into place. Instantly, it looks so much more like a car. It's all about the details now. This is where you can get really creative. I'm using black licorice laces to create the outlines for the windows. Just cut them to size and gently press them onto the buttercream. For the headlights, I'm using yellow gumdrops, and for the taillights, red ones. Just cut them in half and stick them on bamboo. You can also use fondant to add racing stripes, numbers, or even little sponsor logos. I'm rolling out some white fondant and cutting 2 long thin strips to create a classic racing stripe down the middle of the car, from the hood to the back. I'm also cutting out a numberlets. Go with number 5 for the side of the car. Remember to use a tiny bit of water to adhere the fondant pieces to each other. To really complete the look, let's add a spoiler. For this, I'm using a chocolate wafer bar. It's the perfect shape and size. To attach it, I'm using 2 small pieces of a pretzel stick as the supports. I'll just push them into the back of the cake and then rest the wafer bar on top, securing it with a little bit of melted chocolate or buttercream. For a finishing touch, I'm crushing some chocolate cookies to create dirt or asphalt around the base of the cake on the board. This really helps to set the scene. You can even add a little checkered flag toothpick to complete the victory lap vibe. And there you have it. A spectacular, speedy race car cake that is sure to wow everyone. We started with 2 simple loaf cakes, carved them into shape, and brought it to life with frosting, donuts, and some clever candy details. It just goes to show that with a little bit of patience and creativity, you can make a truly impressive cake that tastes as good as it looks. I hope this tutorial has inspired you to give it a try. This cake is so much fun to make and even more fun to eat. Imagine the look on your kid's face when they see this. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you make this race car cake, I would love to see it. Tag me on social media so I can check out your amazing creations. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more fun cake decorating tutorials, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. Let me know in the comments what kind of cake you'd like. This is where your imagination can really run wild. Every car needs a driver, right? Let us move on to the details that will take your sandwich car from a simple snack to a work of art. 4 headlights. A couple of small dollops of cream cheese with a tiny piece of black olive in the center look great. Or you could use 2 halves of a cherry tomato. Use a thin strip of red bell pepper for the rear brake lights. Want to add a cool spoiler? A flat pretzel or a rectangular slice of cheese attached to the back with more cream cheese will do the trick. You can add racing stripes using thin slivers of red pepper, chives, or even a drizzle of balsamic glaze if you're feeling fancy. The possibilities are truly endless. Look around your kitchen and see what you can find. A sprig of dill could be an antenna, a single caper could be a door handle. Let your creativity be your guide. Now that we've mastered the basic model, let's explore some other awesome vehicle designs. How about a monster truck? For this, you'll want a thicker, heartier bread. Maybe use a round bread roll cut in half. And for the giant wheels, you could use large round cookies or even 2 rice cakes. For a sleek, super-fast race car, use a longer bread like a small baguette or a sub-roll. Slice it lengthwise, fill it up, and then use your knife to carve it into a more aerodynamic shape, tapering at the front. You could use long carrot sticks or celery stalks for cool side pipes. What about a construction vehicle, like a dump truck? You could use a separate piece of bread for the truck bed and fill it with dirt, made from crumbled dark rye bread, or even some chocolate cookie crumbs for a sweet and savory surprise. The goal is to think outside the box and have fun with the different shapes and ingredients. One of my favorite things about making sandwich cars is that it's an amazing activity to do with kids. It gets them involved in making their own food, which often makes them more excited to eat it, especially if they're picky eaters. You can set up a little assembly line with all the ingredients in separate bowls. Give each child their bread chassis and let them go to town. Let them choose their own fillings, their own wheels, and their own decorations. It's a fantastic way to teach them about different foods and textures in a playful, no-pressure environment. And yes, it might get a little messy, but the memories you'll make are totally worth it. Plus, the look of pride on their faces when they show you their finished, edible masterpiece is absolutely priceless. Okay, once your fleet of delicious automobiles is ready, it's time for the grand finale, the Sandwich Car Grand Prix. Clear a space on your table or a large cutting board to serve as your racetrack. You can even lay down some parsley or lettuce to create a grassy landscape around the track. Line up all the sandwich cars at the starting line. You can create a little checkered flag out of a slice of white and black cheese on a toothpick. Do a little countdown. Ready, set, eat. It's a race to see who can finish their edible car first. This turns lunchtime into an exciting event, not just a routine. It's a wonderful way to bring laughter and joy to the table and create a memorable meal experience for the whole family. Before we wrap up, I want to share a few pro tips to make your sandwich car adventure even smoother. Tip number 1. Toast your bread lightly before you start. This makes it a bit firmer and easier to cut and assemble, especially if you're using softer bread. Tip 2. Prep all your